Okay, so tonight's training is on setting goals. So get your pens and paper out ready because I'm going to give you some tips that will make your life a whole lot easier. I'm just going to bring this up so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, so there is a saying that says goals that are not written down are just wishes or dreams, and they are likely to stay that way if you don't write them down. So what you need to do with your goals is break them down into bite-sized pieces, essentially. So most of us have an idea of what we would like to experience and achieve for the month, and seeing things through will give you more satisfaction and desire to make your next month successful because you want to always be bettering yourself and do better than the last month. So that's always my goal. My goal is each month to always do, even if it's only one QV, to always do at least one QV better than the last month. And it is really satisfying when you see your QV come through for the month and you think, oh goodness, I did actually do better than last month. It's not just down to a wish and a prayer. It's because I wrote it down, worked it out, and worked towards that goal and basically, yeah, just you take it one step at a time. And if you do little bits at a time, it makes big things easier to achieve. So it might be hard to break down big goals into specific ones at first, but once you've worked out the steps, it makes it much more easy to achieve. So you don't usually achieve goals all in one giant leap. So like I said, you want to do them in small steps over time, and without a plan, it's easy to lose your way. So you'll feel more in control if you can check in every week or even every day, every month, just to make sure that you are getting through that goal and making your way to your big end goal. So my goal is by the end of the year, so by December 31, to be a regional vice president. So I did actually have this as a goal for the end of last year, but with everything that went on with me, I needed to make it realistic, and so I extended it out to December 31 at the end of this year. So that's me being specific. So the first thing, or there's 5 things you want to do when you set a goal. You want to make it SMART. So the first thing you want to do is make it specific. So a non-specific goal for me would be, I just want to become a regional vice president. It's not giving me an end date or a goal date to work towards. So me being specific is that I want to be a regional vice president by December 31, 2015. The next one is it needs to be measurable. So in terms of being measurable, to get to RVP, I know exactly what my qualification limits are, and I know exactly what I need to do to get there. I just need to put in place then a plan to make that achievable. So that's the next step. It's achievable. So the A stands for achievable. I know that that's achievable because I'm creating a really good team to make light work of it. So as the saying goes, many hands make light work. I certainly wouldn't be able to do 40,000 PQV in a month or in probably 2 months if I tried. But, you know, I'm making sure that December 31, 2015, it's achievable for me to make regional vice president by then. Now, the next one is that your goal needs to be realistic. So it is a realistic goal for me because of most of the reasons I've just listed. You know, I'm not planning on going backwards. If anything, I'm putting things in place to be always moving forwards and building my QV and building my team. And then the last one is that it needs to be time framed. So in terms of me setting that as my goal, I've got a plan in place every month to increase my QV so that it's time framed for me to hit that goal by my specific date. Practicing writing down your goals. So the first thing that you want to do is when you are writing your SMART goals down, you want to write them down you want to write them down and write exactly what you want to achieve. So it needs to be really clear and specific, and you need to ask yourself, do I need to break my dream down into smaller steps or goals to make it more achievable? So if you look at it in the first place and you think, oh goodness, that's way out of my league, break it down into steps so that it is going to work and it is going to be achievable. You need to ask yourself, when or by what exact date do I want to achieve my goal, and is that realistic? You then need to ask yourself, what do I need to do in that time? And then how am I going to achieve that? So what do I need to do first, second, third, and so on? So in terms of our business, we need to ask yourselves what you need to do in the first week of the month, and then ask yourself what QV you want to be sitting at by the end of the second week of the month. So generally we try and hit, our doubling date is generally the 15th or 16th. And then our tripling date is generally about the 24th. We can bring in so much QV at the end of the month, it is crazy. But what I really want us to try and do as a team is to be trying to hit our goals by the 15th or 16th, so that anything that we get after that is a bonus, and we're setting ourselves up then for the start of the next month. So each goal will need to have a set of actions to go with it on a month by month and week by week basis. So that you can make sure that you're on track for hitting that end goal. So goals should excite you, not overwhelm you. If you feel overwhelmed when looking at your goal, it probably means that you need to break it down into smaller goals, like I've said. So don't throw away bigger goals. It might just mean that you need to break it down. So a small goal in terms of me making RVP might be, okay, so we're in May now, so I want to make sure that I absolutely hit my district manager bonus every single month until December. And then I also want to be hitting my area manager bonus come, what are we in May? July. So I want to be hitting my area manager bonus every single month after July, so that I can be building my team and building my QV to get to the point of entering qualification for RVP come September or October. So I need to write an action plan for that. So basically, if my goal is that to be RVP by December 31, I can't just say that and write it down. I need to put the action plan in place. So basically I need to do exactly what I've just said, but then I need to break that down into even smaller goals. So in terms of, like, I can't just say, oh, I'm just going to hit my DM bonus. How am I going to hit my DM bonus? I'm not just going to magically pluck 5,000 QV and 5 preferred clients or consultants from thin air. So as you can see, I've got my passion plan all worked out. I know exactly what dates I can book workshops in or one-on-ones in, and I need to be making sure that I'm doing, my plan is to do at least 2 or 3 workshops every month, and I want to be doing 5 one-on-ones. This month, I made it my goal to go through my 100-person list. I've got more than 100 people on this list, but I'm going to plan it out. I'm going to write it in a spreadsheet. Everybody will have a yellow checkbox next to their name, because obviously I haven't contacted them yet. As soon as I make contact with them, they'll go to either red or green. So green obviously being that I've made positive contact and they've either joined my business or they've signed up as a preferred client. Red means that they have said no thank you to the business, and then I'll pop notes next to them whether or not they want to be contacted in 6 months' time, or actually I might even put notes in there about, why they said they didn't want to join at the time, so that in 6 months or 12 months' time, I might come back and contact them again and say, look, I know last time you said you didn't have time because you were working full-time. Do you think now that this is something that you might want to look at, so that you can cut back your full-time hours and maybe spend some more time with your children, or have free weekends, or, that kind of thing. So it's really important to write your goals down and stick to them. So write them in a notebook or on your phone or on your computer. Set reminders on your calendar to follow up on each of the actions. And it's also a good idea to make an appointment with yourself each week to review your progress. So I like to do this on a Monday morning because I've made plans so that I have Mondays to myself to do my Arbonne stuff. So, but you can do it anywhere. You can do it anytime. Whenever you have 5 or 10 minutes to yourself, just sit down by yourself and, you know, make it a regular thing to stick to your schedule. So even if you do it in the bath, if you make a regular thing of having a bath every Sunday night or something, make sure that you stick to that. Or even, you know, at 6 o'clock in the morning, if you're a morning person, you get up and the first thing you do is have a coffee and you work out your goals and actions for the week. And then you need to follow them up. So follow them up and see if you've made any progress on your goals. So it's really, really important at the moment, because of the new system, we need to make sure that we're writing down all of our order numbers and the QV totals for them. I know it sort of seems a bit tedious and double handling, but we want to just make sure that we're not missing out on any QV. And we definitely don't want to miss out on any promotions or bonuses. So if you haven't made as much progress as you've planned to, don't beat yourself up. Just reschedule the things that you might have missed for the week. Working step by step is definitely the key. So it will take time and it will take perseverance, and you may need to sacrifice some social TV or internet time. So I hardly ever watch TV anymore. Of a night time now, it just doesn't get turned on. So I'm always reading. I'm always setting myself up for the next day. Obviously, getting my housework and stuff done can be a bit of a challenge sometimes, but I'm always making sure that the night before I go to bed, I write down everything that I need to do for the next day, and it helps keep me in check so that I'm not getting snowballed by jobs at the end of the day. So it'll as you cross those things off your list, it'll make you feel great because you're seeing the progress that you're doing. So remember, if you do nothing, if you don't change anything in your routine, nothing will change. So my business is growing really well and my team is growing really well, and I'm able to support them better because I've changed my outlook on things. So TV used to be a massive thing for me. I used to watch, I don't even know how many hours a week, because I didn't have something better to do or something better to spend my time on. And now I can certainly make time for my business because I can see the rewards that it's giving me. So if it seems like a lot of things to do, write them down and cross them off as you do them. Write them down. It doesn't matter how long your list is. If you're crossing things off, it's going to give you that sense of progression and, getting through your list and making progress. I tend to use, when I'm out and about, I do actually tend to use my phone a bit for my calendar. And then when I come home, I transfer everything across. I've got a monthly calendar that's on display in my kitchen. I write everything on there. And then for my business, I've got this one. So I keep that in my handbag at all times as well. But as you can see, I'm just going to show you. Where's it better today? So if you can see that, I'm just going to bring up my screen so that I can see what I'm showing you. If you can see that, I don't know if you can see it. Oh, is that better? Yeah, okay. So you can see all the different colours that I've got there. That's different things in the day that I need to be doing, or during the week that I need to be doing. So I've prioritised things in terms of what I need to get done. So I think that's pretty much it. I'm going to stop the recording now so you guys can ask me some questions if you want.